pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
December 18th, 2012. The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act of the State of New Jersey have been satisfied by the inclusion of the date, time, and place of this regular meeting and the annual schedule and notice of regular meetings of this governing body. Such annual schedule and notice of regular meetings is posted at Borough Hall, presented to the record in Midway News, posted on the Borough website, and followed the Borough News. Council members Brophy,
Present.
Carrick,
Yes.
Freeman,
Here.
Hayes,
Here.
Stiliano,
Yes.
Demichansky, yes, and Mayor Kent.
Here. Can I get a motion to accept the agenda as presented? Make a motion.
I will second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Could I get a motion to approve the minutes of the November 13th, 2012 executive session? All in favor?
Aye.
No, second. Okay.
Council members Brophy,
Yes.
Carrick,
Yes.
Freeman,
Abstain.
Hayes,
Yes.
Stiliano,
Abstain.
Demichansky, yes.
Can I get a motion to accept approve the minutes of the November 13th, 2012 closed session, please? Motion approved.
I will second that motion. No.
Council members Brophy,
Yes.
Carrick,
Yes.
Freeman,
Yes.
Hayes,
Yes.
Stiliano,
Abstain.
Demichansky, yes.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the November 20th, 2012 executive meeting? Motion to approve the minutes. Second.
Council members Brophy,
Yes.
Carrick,
Yes.
Freeman,
Abstain.
Hayes,
Yes.
Stiliano,
Yes.
Demichansky, yes.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the November 20th, 2012 public meeting? Motion approved.
Second.
Council members Brophy,
Yes.
Carrick,
Yes.
Freeman,
Abstain.
Hayes,
Yes.
Stiliano,
Yes.
Demichansky, yes.
And can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the November 20th, 2012 closed session?
Council members Brophy,
Yes.
Carrick,
Yes.
Freeman,
Yes.
Hayes,
Yes.
Stiliano,
Yes.
Demichansky, yes.
Okay. And can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the December 4th, 2012 executive session?
So moved. Second.
Council members Brophy,
Abstain.
Carrick,
Yes.
Freeman,
Abstain.
Hayes,
Yes.
Stiliano,
Yes.
Demichansky, yes.
Okay, John.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Last meeting I spoke about the property over at 3438 Grant Avenue. That was a borough piece of property. We were interested in possibly either leasing it or selling it to an adjacent property owner. Well, we found out today the property is already owned by him. And that was a result of our inquiry with the tax assessor. He went over all the records, and so when I spoke to the individual today, he started to talk to me about what he wanted to do, and I said, you know, it's Christmas. And he said, yeah, next week. I said, well, Christmas comes early. You already own the property. So he didn't know. He thought it was an adjacent piece, but he knows it now. He's going to come in. He's going to put it on the tax rolls. He's going to improve the property for parking. So we'll be getting a Christmas present too. At some point, we'll be getting some more taxes. So he's very, very happy about that. Hurricane Sandy, we're still dealing with the recovery process. With regards to that, we're meeting with FEMA. We've been assigned a project manager. We got some good news today. This isn't a guarantee, maybe it is, but the generator we're thinking about putting into the DPW may be covered under the mitigation program through FEMA. We had an initial meeting with the project manager. We explained the issue about the building not being generated, the issues about being able to maintain a major part of that may be covered under Freeman. So more to come on that section. Good, thank you very much. With regards to that, I just want to congratulate Ellen Machansky, Lieutenant Mike Connor, Steve Cavaliers from the Building Department, Donna Falborn, our Senior Executive Director over at the Senior Building, and Danielle Mastrick. Yeah, Danielle, for being selected for their work during the hurricane. The county, from my understanding, did a program up at the academy, and people from 70 towns were up there being honored for their work during the storm. So congrats. We also, as a result of the storm, had a preparedness meeting. It was requested or suggested by residents in town. There were 12 people that came to the meeting. Out of the 12, 5 were citizens. The rest were borough staff one way or another, either members of the mayor council or staffers. We spoke about a whole number of things. I spoke a little bit about emergency management, the Emergency Operations Center, and how it's and the challenges of communicating during an ongoing event. There are a number of things that we're already looking into, including but not limited to possibly going with either Code Red, Swift Reach, Nixle, and other emergency notifications that we're talking to our phone company with, setting up a number where people can call and it can pick up to 1,000 calls at the exact same time to put over a special message about an event which might bring up, where food's going to be distributed or other issues, and that message can be changed on a moment's notice. So we've got a bunch of that going in. We're also talking about, with the county, the CERT program, whether or not that would be advantageous to the borough, and there was also some discussion about similar to what a neighborhood watch is in some towns, and there'll be other meetings to discuss this in more detail. During the storm, in the first couple of days of the event, we handled 213 emails, which were directly responsible or directly involving the storm itself, and 33 phone conversations with the Rocklers, Bourbon County Officer of Emergency Management of the Academy. Also, I guess storm-related, we were notified by PSE&G that the substation in Dumont is going to be converted from a 23K to a 69K generating station. It's going to be a year-long project. It will address some of the power issues that we've had in town. We are also going to be getting a grid map, which we've been asking for now for 2 years, to identify the entire town and what power source operates those grids, whether it's here, Allworth, the Milford, what have you. And there'll be more meetings scheduled to discuss the project further sometime in January. I mentioned in the last meeting, there's a recycling and litter program that will be addressed at Grant, Conus, and Lincoln School in January. I want to thank the Board of Education for authorizing that or making sure that the program is going to work. It teaches the kids about littering and recycling and the advantages to not littering and to recycle. The entire program is going to be paid for through Clean Communities through the borough. We were notified, we actually received within the last couple of days the JIF reimbursement check from the dividend, which is $15,714.84. And I think in your paperwork you show a letter from me to the county for the reimbursement of $112,561. This is a 2006 grant that I saved from being put back into the county coffers. They're going to allow that to be a partial reimbursement for the reconditioning of Twinborough Field. Have nothing to do with the DEP part, just the reconditioning. So I asked them for a swift timeline on that as to when we'd be getting that money in, and I just wish everybody a happy holiday. Thank you, Mayor.
Question. I saw something talking about the shredding program.
Yes, we have the date set. I don't have it with me, but we have the date set. January, I think it's the first Saturday in January.
First
They sent an
Saturday in
email.
January.
Yeah, I'll send it to you again.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. But it's definitely set.
Alright, cool.
And it's, just as a result of that, the shredding, it's a free shredding, doesn't cost the borough anything, and we actually get credit for all the tonnage going to recycling, so we actually make money on that too. Thank you, Mayor.
Council committee reports, Councilmember Joe.
Mayor, I don't have a formal report, but returned from being out of state, and due to some bad weather, I was able to make the winter festival, but I'll defer to Ellen, as she put in most of the work for that, to give you a report on that. Past Thursday's Board of Ed meeting, I did have notes that, being late coming here from work, I didn't have time to go home and get, but also just wanted to mention, the events of this past Friday in Newtown, Connecticut, I think has, rocked the general public, but more specifically school systems all over. And I know that the superintendent of Dumont Schools, I believe, issued a statement yesterday regarding it, and stating what our procedures are, and I'm sure we'll take what we learned from this event and adjust them as needed. But I just wanted to mention that because there's a lot of buzz around that in various Dumont groups on Facebook right now. So, if there's that much buzz, you might be hearing it in the supermarket or wherever you run into people nowadays, I'm sure. So I just want to mention that it's early to say if there'd be any formal action by the school board to change anything, but I would certainly keep attending meetings and provide reports as necessary.
Councilman Carroll. Councilman Hayes.
Well, the land use board hasn't had a meeting in a while. They have nothing on their agenda. Rent leveling board has none coming up, I think, until after January. And the fire department is working out the budget prices that they have, as of yet, have not submitted to me, which when I get them, I'll give you Kenny, I guess, for the financial. All right. Outside of that, that's all I have to say.
Councilman Scalino.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Wanted to thank Ellen and her team for the wonderful job she did, as always, with the Winter Festival. Years ago, that used to be in the parking lot of Borough Hall, and we'd have a whole crowd of people, but the way that this thing has grown, and just the way it brings the community together, again, kudos to you and everyone involved. John, I know that you weren't recognized by the county, but I think I speak for everyone in this room that we appreciate your level of dedication when it came to Sandy, both pre-storm, just your level of preparation, keeping us informed during the storm. I know that you were 24/7. You didn't leave Borough Hall, and you had constant communication not only with the county, the state, but also the council members, which allowed us to disseminate the information to the residents. And then, of course, after the storm, you were everywhere you needed to be. You were at the senior center, you were at the food line, and when I tell you that was, I know that it's, as borough administrator, it is part of your function, but I personally witnessed you going above and beyond. So on behalf of myself, and I'm sure everybody in this room and the residents of Dumont, we appreciate everything that you did.
Thanks, sir.
Recreation report, senior baseball registration is going to be January 7th and every Monday thereafter. The registration fees will not be increased. Anybody that needs to see the minutes from the registration meeting, from the recreation meeting, I have them. It was, more or less just general business. Dumont hockey, roller hockey did attend the recreation meeting. They did have some concerns about the dirt that was dumped on the roller hockey rink. It did affect their season. We all know that it was dropped on the roller hockey rink in July, and I guess they were a little surprised and disappointed that come December the dirt is still there. Unfortunately, they left the recreation meeting with more questions and answers, so I called a meeting that included borough officials, Recreation Commission, and Dumont Roller Hockey. I want to thank the mayor and John Perkins for attending that meeting. And John, again, you were very helpful in providing information and also hopefully a resolution for Dumont Roller Hockey on a go-forward basis. And I think the lesson learned there is that, what I guess kind of rubbed me is we just need to communicate better between ourselves and all the way down the line. So, you know, we need to communicate a little bit better with the various departments, and the various departments need to communicate a little bit better with those sports that are under their umbrella, and we wouldn't have these issues if that were the case. And that's my report.
Councilwoman Siddiqui.
Thank you. I attended the senior holiday party season on December 6th. There was about 100 seniors in attendance. Their next event is their New Year's Eve party. John had touched a little bit, which I'll touch that on, about recipients of the award during Hurricane Sandy. One of the recipients was Donna Falborn, and she spent Thanksgiving in the senior center with her family, cooking for seniors and feeding those who had no families to go. I mean, Donna always goes above and beyond anything that she's supposed to do. The health department meeting was canceled. There wasn't a quorum. And just to reiterate what Harry said about John, you really went above and beyond, and we all appreciated John for the hurricane. And I also want to thank everyone who nominated me for that, and I also want to congratulate Lieutenant Mike Connor, Steve Cavadias, Donna, and Danielle Mastrocola. I believe that's
Thank
it.
you. Whatever you said.
The Winter Festival, again, we had to make a tough decision to the rain date, like we had to do for Dumont Day, but as Mike Connor and Bill Brophy both said, Billy Bowen both said to me, look what happened then, and unfortunately, after spending all of Friday in the rain, we decided to change it. We still had a great turnout. It's really hard to judge how many people were there. I want to thank the main people who really helped me: Janet Galligan, Raphael Kelme, Anthony Schiraldi, Fire, DPW, and Mike Conrad, Bill Bowen, who are just unbelievable. 2 days out there in the rain with us, and they're just unbelievable. And thank you everyone who came that night and supported it, and who helped on the lines and everything else. It's a big help. It's a lot of work. And this Thursday is the employee luncheon, employee and volunteers. Anyone who could be there, it's really a lot of work to, try to set it up, and if anyone could be there to help me, I would appreciate it. So that is this Thursday noon. That's my report.
Thank you. I would also like to touch on the first responder awards that went to Lieutenant Connor, Steve Cavadias, Ellen Zimichansky, Donna Falborn, and Dawn Danielle.
Yes. Danielle.
Congratulations to them, and it was a nice little presentation. They had pictures of everything all over the state, as well as in Bergen County. There were pictures of the damaged houses in Dumont as well that they were displaying in the room as we were gathered and eating hors d'oeuvres. But it was a nice presentation, and well deserved. Obviously, they wanted a couple of names, and obviously there's probably 1,000 people that could be recognized for this award in Dumont, and I think those that weren't mentioned appreciate their contribution to the town as well. Also with the festival, I'd like to thank you, Ellen, and all the people that directly helped you to make the festival a great success. As Harry said, I remember when I was on recreation, it was a parade through the middle of town, and the fact that we didn't have any casualties getting to Borough Hall was usually a good thing, and Santa would be in the courtroom, and hot chocolate would be served, and that was pretty much it. And you have taken it to another level. I think it is just a lot of fun for the residents, and especially for the kids. And just touching on Friday's events, we all know what happened. Just touching a little bit on what Billy had said. One of the first things you hear is are we prepared for this? And quite honestly, between talking with Manny, you all know my wife's on the Board of Ed, and we have members of the board here tonight. The superintendent and his staff, as well as the police chief and his staff, work very closely together to protect all our children, no matter which school it is. Obviously, this happened. It
it's gonna happen regardless, I think, of things that might have been in place. So those questions will be addressed, and there really probably are no questions, all of us knowing what they do to protect our kids. But it was a tough day today, or Monday, for them, and I know that Chief Anizio and Captain Falvone were both at the schools with Superintendent Trigiano, and I think that it was handled perfectly in Dumont. And I know that Sue had earlier passed me something that the mayor of Woodcliff Lake has started circulating to try to get all the towns to participate, and that's to have everyone turn their Christmas lights off tomorrow night as a show of respect for the kids that passed away in this tragedy. So we're not going to do anything really officially, but we'll put it on the board, we'll put it on the website, I'll throw it on Facebook, try to get the word out, and do that little bit to show some respect for these unfortunates.
Who is spearheading that?
It came from the mayor of Woodcliff Lake, and just kind of checked it out.
Countywide, statewide?
I think he might have just did it.
All the municipal clerks in the counties.
Okay.
So, if that word can get out, I think it'd be a nice thing anyway.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering how far widespread it might be.
Yeah, it's kind of short notice, so it's hard to do anything really officially.
That's for tomorrow night, you said?
Yeah, 19th, Wednesday. Okay.
All items with an asterisk are considered to be non-controversial by the council and be approved by one motion. There may be further discussion prior to the vote upon request of a member of the public or a council member. Also, any item may be removed for further discussion or for roll call vote. In this case, the item will be removed and considered in its normal sequence as part of the general order of business. Number 246, approval of Twin Borough Field remediation change order. Number 3, reduction of $1,200. Number 247, authorization of cancellation of stale checks. Number 248, approval of RFQ review committee. Number 249, shared service for Bergen County Sheriff's Department. Number 250, authorization for the municipal clerk to advertise for bids for DPW generator. Number 251, approval of Selzer School PTO calendar raffle application, February 1st, 2013 to April 30th, 2013. ID number 109-5-37089, RL number 375. Number 252, approval of Selzer School PTO off-premise cash raffle application beginning February 23rd, 2013. ID number 109-5-37089, RL number 373A. Number 253, approval of 2-year interlocal service agreement for TV inspection of Northwest Bergen County Utilities Authority, 76 cents per foot for 2013 and 78 cents per foot for 2014. Number 254, Bergen County Municipal Joint Insurance Fund membership renewal. Number 255, approval of Lincoln School PTO off-premise cash raffle application begun April 20th, 2013. ID number 109-5-30683, RL number 376. Number 256, authorization of transfer between budget appropriations. And 258, authorization of execution of memorandum of understanding with the PBA, which was added, and that's the consent agenda.
Any comments, questions from members of the council?
Just a comment on 248, although the ordinance does require the establishment of a committee to review the professional RFQs, obviously it goes without saying that we all have a vote, so everyone's obviously strongly encouraged to review the RFQs and come to some kind of a consensus as to, if possible, as to who best fits Dumont for 2013.
Any other comments or questions? Make a motion to open to the public for items on the consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
At this point, if there are any questions or comments from members of the community in regards to the consent agenda? Seeing none, can I have a motion to close the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I get a motion to approve all the resolutions on the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Councilmembers Brophy,
Yes.
Carrot,
Yes.
Hayes,
Yes.
Styliani.
Yes.
Salvachansky.
Yes.
bills list?
No.
Could I get a motion to open to the public for the non-consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
At this point, is anyone from the public that would like to comment or question the non-consent agenda? Seeing none, could I get a motion to close to the public?
So moved.
Second.
Could I get a motion to pass the bill list?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, well, you get the...
Councilmembers Brophy,
Yes.
Carrot,
Yes.
Hayes,
Yes.
Stelliano,
Yes.
Stanislavski.
Yes, except I abstain on check number 52022,
And that item is what?
from the Winter Festival. On my credit card, not, just kidding. It was cash.
You didn't put it on your card and get miles, did you? Some people in this room want you to. Are you sure? They told me that in school, somebody.
going so nicely.
I was just passing it along, I learned that in class.
We couldn't resist, it was going too smoothly.
Yeah, I know.
You love additional yes or yes with abstain?
Okay, second reading of ordinance. Ordinance number 1449. Ordinance amending chapter 75, section 9 of the Borough of Dumont Code, police promotions. Can I get a motion to waive the formal reading?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion from the council? Can I get a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
At this point, if anyone from the public would like to question or comment on the second reading of ordinance number 1449? Seeing none, can I get a motion to close to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I get a motion to adopt on the second reading ordinance number 1449?
So moved.
Second.
Second?
Councilmembers Brophy,
Yes.
Carrot,
Yes.
Hayes,
Yes.
Stelliano,
Yes.
Stanislavski.
Okay, can I get a motion to open to the public for general comments and questions?
So moved.
Second.
Barbara Cray, 240 Lock Avenue.
Just step up to the mic.
I just would like to know why we have to be responsible for the macadam since the construction company dumped the dirt there. Wouldn't they think that that would damage that area? Don't they have insurance that would cover repair on that?
You want me to take that, Madam Chair, please? First of all, where they dumped it, there were major issues prior to them dumping it. To be honest with you, we don't know what damage it did to it because there was very little time when there was no dirt there. So we don't know whether or not some of the cracks that were beneath the hockey rink in the past have doubled in size or reopened. We have no idea. We won't know until we go there. We know that there were issues before we even put dirt there. We had issues there last year during the program. We have issues where it's been sinking for years. The last time they put macadam down there, when they mill and paved it, they had a similar issue, and there's an ongoing issue now. So we really won't know about the additional, if there is any additional damage, until everything is gone. We cleaned it all off and we see where we are.
The other one, I'm sorry. Yeah, the other, I guess, issue is really, from what I was, I guess I became better educated about what had happened and how we got to this point when we had this meeting, but it sounds to me like we really gave them no choice but to put it in that exact spot. So to say to them, you have to put it there, and oh, by the way, you should know that it's going to cause damage, which we're going to hold you responsible for, probably wasn't going to fly.
Their first choice was to put it at Grant School.
I know,
And we told them no.
Right.
because
Yeah.
I said you couldn't put it there.
Well, essentially what happened was...
It was contaminated, and that was my big issue.
Right.
I was afraid of contamination.
That
and
was
it
the only
turned out
spot
that
in
it
town that we
Well-
actually had to put it on.
Right.
The verbiage of contamination with the DEP now is, it's
Right,
not
I
like it's
know.
glowing.
No, it's
right.
broken up asphalt
And obviously the
and stuff
school
like
was
that. I
not a good
understand.
choice regardless of the level of contamination.
So I understand what you're saying, Harry. I mean, if we tell them to put it there, then we don't really have a choice. I
Yeah,
just
we had
thought maybe
originally
they
worked
would-
out a plan with Bourbon Fields, and they had given us a section to use, but once some of the dirt came in, it was contaminated, then there's a lot of different things that you have to do, and the section that they gave us, runoff if it rained, and they always have to wash down the trucks and everything else, that runoff could have possibly went into other towns like right in that area except on the Bergenfield side.
Okay.
So we had, at that point, had to come up with a solution of where we could put this dirt. The only other option was actually carting it off,
As
which
they
would
go.
have been a humongous expense to the town.
So does the, construction company, they cart it away for us?
Correct.
And where is, I mean, I don't have kids involved in hockey, I haven't in years, but where, is it there?
They're playing in Bergenfield.
Playing in
Oh,
Bergenfield.
okay, so that's where they
Bergenfield,
used to play when
It's
my
not,
kids played.
it's not optimal for them. They would love to have their own rink.
Okay, but it's right there.
But they do have a spot to play in, and we'll do everything we can to get the rink back for them.
I was
in
just
the full-
hoping maybe we could get some money somewhere from the construction company.
Thank you.
Couldn't help but try, yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
Anyone else? Sir?
Gary Stavsky, 4080 Quackenbush. Couple of questions. First off, are there any updates on the silt that's going to hopefully be removed underneath Quackenbush going toward Bergenfield?
Yeah, they're working on, we just had an engineer's report. They could not do certain parts of it because of the rain this week, but they've already completed part of it, and it's still ongoing. They haven't finished the whole project yet.
Any word on behind my property with the water that builds up when we get a major rain and it goes into the bocce ball court?
No, nothing's been resolved. There's been discussion with DEP. Raphael, Dominic, Antonius, and the DEP rep walked that site. We're still waiting for a response from T&M based on the DEP's recommendations after that meeting, because David Helworth was going back to Trenton to try and find out what we're going to be able to do there. One of the issues by the bocce courts there is that it's very low. To be honest with you, when we talked to Dave Helrich, the only thing that he could see that would correct that would be put up some type of a retaining wall. And I think that was part of the discussion even prior to speaking to DEP. I don't know how that's going to be resolved yet. We're still waiting for TNF to get back to us. So I'll let you know.
Okay. Third thing, my driveway, is that on the agenda for spring?
Yeah,
Yes.
the asphalt place is closed now. But
Okay.
There's other construction going on with garages and things that.
Yeah, I'm in no rush.
You're still on the list.
Yeah, I know. I just, these are questions that, I ran down here tonight just to ask. Last thing that I can think of.
You said 3, that's 4.
I got 5 and 6 now.
We have you on the record.
Quackenbush, in front of my house. I know I've mentioned it to everybody. You guys have come by. I still hear as the police go flying down the road, and I hear click, click, because part of the street is slowly concaving in certain areas. You guys have come by. I know you've seen it. I could stand in it, and there's a little bit of a dip going down. Now, was it 5 years ago, 4 years ago, when the street was redone? It's sinking. Slowly and surely, it is sinking. I know you guys, and I know Mr. Perkins, you mentioned that, you're going to have somebody take a look. I was just wondering if anything has resolved out of that.
Yeah, we told them to take a look at it. One of the things, when they redid that road, was that a mill and pave?
Yeah.
So they did do.
They milled it down and then they paved over,
Okay.
yes.
I know there's a discussion that when we have Depew or any other road project, and we've got a couple that we're looking to do, that we have them back down there again to see if they can mill that and build that up. Because with the machine that they have now, you can put 4 inches on one side and 1 inch on the other, so you can kind of, build it any way you want. But that was a discussion that we had the last time with T&M when they saw it. In fact, we were there when T&M was looking at it. So that's still to be determined. I mean, we're not going to bring a contractor in just to mill and pave that one little section. But if we have a miller in town, that's something that we do. We've done that on occasion in other roads also. So
Okay.
it's still on the drawing board.
Okay, and the last thing is,
That's 5.
I said 5 and 6. The sewer that you guys replaced the grate and the whatever, the basin going into in front of my house. I know we've discussed, you said hopefully you can try and get the DPW down. Are I'd rather get the dirt out of there, and you said that you can possibly cement that. I know we had a
You mean on the curb line?
Yeah, on the curb line.
Okay, I'll talk to Billy about that tomorrow.
Yeah, there's no rush, but I just, I'd rather just, I don't need it. All it does is just, bring around garbage. Besides that, you guys are doing a good job. I appreciate all of what you did and are doing.
Say that again?
Except for you.
Please.
Except
No,
for
yeah, that's a walk.
Speak into the microphone.
And that's pretty much it. I appreciate everything, believe me. And you guys do a great job. As much as I bitch and moan, you guys do a great job.
Nice to hear nice things.
I've been in this town a long time, believe me. I've seen a lot.
Anything else? Just got a little speech I want to make for Chris or something. Sir?
On the RFQs, when do you wanna try to have them all completed, or? You want
I'd like
to-
everyone to do it as quickly as possible, so it just, helps the review process. Obviously, for me, both weeks, like, the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's, I'll have several days off to,
Okay.
review myself. I'll probably review them before that time. But at any time you can, just send me or Ellen or Ken an email stating your pros, your cons.
The other question I have is, I wouldn't ask anyway, it's gone. Do we have any idea on the financing? Like any kind of projection of where we're at?
I think, John, you're collecting
The
budgets
upcoming
now
year.
for the
Yeah,
upcoming year.
they've been, all the department heads have been told to submit, so they're working on all of them now. We should have it in the next couple of weeks.
And you'll set the new financial committee up, I would assume?
Yeah.
At the reorganization meeting?
Should we close this to the public before
What?
Right.
what we're talking about? Additional comments.
No,
No, I don't think we closed.
You are accused?
Whatever we else, right?
Oh. My apologies. Can I get a motion to close the public?
So moved.
Opposed? No.
Favor?
I have just a question, John, actually what Barbara said, with the whole umbrella thing, just kind of jogged my memory. At the last recreation meeting, there were complaints that there's a stench coming from Bergenfield down at Twinborough, they're saying that, well, maybe that didn't come out right. There's a smell, like a manure-y type smell, and they think that maybe they're dumping manure or whatever.
It's wood chips.
It's the wood chips, is there
Wood
anything?
chips and leaves.
Yeah, they're saying that the smell's overbearing for the kids that, are gonna be down there. Is there anything that can be done, or?
I'll tell you, last year, we had, the one complaint that we had that came through my office anyway, we called over to the administrator from Bergenfield, who was taking care of that afternoon. So if there's a complaint that comes to our attention, we get it taken care of.
Okay.
Is that from the leaf collection?
Yes, sir. Yeah, leaves and the wood chips and different.
Mulch patch.
Correct.
Okay, just like to wish everybody happy holidays and a lot of success in the upcoming year. And can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.